good morning, and welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show. Happy Wednesday, everybody. O'Donnell, your traffic jockey here in the driver's seat of the big program here for a midweeker on this first week of September. So, kids, everybody fully back now to school in New Jersey, New York City, going back here this morning. Long Island, Connecticut, Hudson Valley, everybody's back in school. So, uh, for the most part, did a quick scan of the tri-state just a few minutes ago, and volume wise, it's slowly building. So this is, what I think we're in for here. Obviously, going into the fall season. Yesterday was kind of an anomaly, if you want to call it that, because of the steady rain that we saw for the morning rush hour. There is a little bit of light rain in certain areas. Roadways are still a little wet and could be a little bit slippery, so you have to be careful. John has the check of the forecast coming up at 7:15. Let us know when the rain is set to shut off. It's amazing, we don't see rain for like a month, and now all of a sudden people are complaining it's raining too much. No, well, yesterday is the yesterday is the kind of rain that we absolutely needed. That light, moderate, steady rain. And some places in Connecticut got 5, 6, 7 inches of rain. Hudson Valley, mostly north of, let's say, the Thruway, really had the jackpot for rain. Northern New Jersey got a couple of inches as well. So we'll see what this does to the rain gauges. Now, whether that will be reflected, I believe, in tomorrow's report, is still to be seen. But may not be until next Thursday, 15th. So we'll see how the rain gauges have liked this kind of rain. We probably need another at least 3 days or 4 days more of this kind of rain to really make kind of a dent. But we shall see. We shall see. All right. So we are live here this morning on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Yes, I am still in the Hawaiian shirt. It's a little muggy, obviously, with the humidity out there. So a little warm here in the traffic center. So with that said, this half hour is going to be sponsored by, let me just get the right sponsorship. Come on. There we go. Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, cranfordvanillabeancreamery.com, the best and only place that you need to go for all of your ice cream needs. 908-272-3000 is the phone number, and head over to beautiful Cranford, New Jersey. All right, so with that said, we're going to go to the maps and get right to the action here at 7:03. We still have a bit of a tie up here on eastbound 78 in Springfield. It's right at the Union border, just before exit 49. We're still dealing with some sort of a crash here this morning. So I'm going to show you the Vauxhall Road camera, and that will be east on the left. I think it's cleared by now. It's tough to tell with this shot. I don't know why they don't zoom things in a little bit better. It was right in here that something was going on just before the crossover, or near the crossover. Oh, there we go. They must be watching. Nice. Let's just stay with it. Let's see where they go. Take a, no, go back in. There we go. Focus. Go back in. Keep going. No, 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 no. Right. Going the wrong way. I think it's cleared myself. Yes, that it has been cleared. So now they're going to put it on the normal flow of traffic, which would be, come on, coming towards us would be eastbound. I'm sorry, westbound. Beautiful shot of the tree. Very, very nice. That's west coming towards us. That's right at the exit for Vauxhall Road, and then they shoot the sky. Now they're gonna. I hope they don't leave it that way. Something else now. Getting out to the Parkway. This again, we're watching this all in real time. Back over other side. This is Vauxhall Road here. That's westbound moving away. So let's see if this is where. Well, from years of operating cameras like this, I can understand the issues. Sometimes it loses connectivity or it just gets all banged up and you just can't control the camera and it's like it's all over the place. I get that. Um, if I had to take a guess that it's cleared, but it's really tough to tell from the shot. From the shot. Let's see if that up. Yeah, it's gone. It is gone. Okay. So we'll kind of walk away from that here this morning. This is definitely going to ease out now. But eastbound 24 is still fairly busy, exiting for 78 because of that crash. Give yourself some extra time there. Seeing some volume building in Clark Cranford up into Kenilworth. Same thing on the turnpike from 13 up to 14. 280 east of the Stickle Drawbridge is a little bit busy, but 80, 17, 208, 287 still pretty good. So is 287 through Morristown down to Basking Ridge. East on 80 is a little heavy here at Route 15, 206. Something did pop up here on 206 north of Flanders Road in Mount Olive. It'll be out here. That looks like it's going south though, but that's kind of the general flow of traffic. So, um, that is Flanders Road. Okay, look for that. Crashed on Route 1 south of Commerce Boulevard. Let's check that out. Um, all right, so that's still in the process of being cleared there. 88 both ways over by New Hampshire Avenue and Lakewood is shut. That's near on camera. Not there. Okay. Out by New Hampshire Avenue. Okay. Um, Turnpike here entering at 10. Back camera's working. Maybe you can give us some sort of eyes and something. Again, we're live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, and we are live on Twitter this morning. So please dial us up. So we're hailing in from there. It is off to the shoulder here at 10. So maybe just a little sluggish. Nothing terrible to write home about here, but it is just a little bit busy. All right, so let's widen up the maps again. 78 is fine. Parkway building some volume here. Coming across the Driscoll Bridge there. Exiting for the turnpike is a little packed. Take a look at that. Parkway, Tower Cam. Of course, it's not shooting the road, it's shooting the parking lot of the building. Ugh. So very fringed little sliver there that's exiting for the turnpike. I just don't know why they haven't put it back onto the parkway. Um, so northbound heads away. Again, you can see how cloudy and just kind of yucky it is out there. In the AM, um, head down into Monmouth County, 18-9 Parkway, 35, 36. They are all in good shape. 18, 195, 33, 130, 95. And everything is fairly uh, Fairly good ride here across the board. North on the Parkway, a little bit busy out towards exit 89 or so. The Turnpike is fine, but 55 and 42. We are busy getting into the construction here at the Turnpike, but kind of what else is new, right? Parkway and also AC Expressway, Parkway, Cape May, Wildwood, Ocean City, we're fine. Um, all right, so let's deeper dive here into let's just do transit real quick. And wow, there's always one alert for the corridor. The Avenue. 7:36 departure from Jersey Avenue is canceled. 6:34 departure from Penn was canceled. Path trains, those out. Got Newark World Trade. That was from last night, so it's not going to cause too much of a problem this morning. Go to the bridges and tunnels. Take a look at that. Let's see here. About 25 at the George, 20 at the Lincoln, and 20 at the Holland here this morning. So, kind of normal par for the course here this morning. Um, I just want to go to curious, mostly if we're on YouTube or not, because I don't yeah, no, it's live. Okay, so it's live. I just don't know whether the view counter is off or whatever. It's not registering. All right, so let's go to the city incident page. See what we got cooking here. VIP visit on the FDR Drive. I bet you that's setting up for they're setting up for probably the UN assembly. Wow. They put all this stuff in now. Who's gonna sift through all of this? I mean, some head honcho or whatever decided, oh, this gotta go in, blah, blah, blah. Hmm. Okay. So that's where it gets difficult to sift through all that and then having to go through the general incident page for the morning. So north on the West Shore, a little heavier at Arden Avenue. Also east on the Expressway, we're busy from basically the West Shore on over to the Verrazano. This is all just normal stuff. Getting up and onto the Gowanus BQE as we head over to the Brooklyn Bridge. Southbound is heavy from the Kosciuszko Bridge straight on into the Brooklyn Bridge Battery Tunnel. Looking at probably about I'd say about 10 minutes or so. Then the Midtown Tunnel is about 5 to 8, about 5 to 8 there at the Ed Koch, west on the LI, a little heavy on the lower roadway. This is just all normal volume on the BQE into the Grand Central. Same thing both ways here on the FDR Drive at the RFK. Uh, Same thing on the westbound Grand Central out by City Field, LIE, heavy here both ways through the fairgrounds. Same thing with the Jackie Robinson as you come in towards the Van Wyck and the Van Wyck both ways at Hillside. Atlantic Avenues is busy. Liberty Avenue west of the Belt is heavy here at the airport. Again, the Belt through Brooklyn actually looks good. North Cross Island is crowded here this morning, getting on over to Hempstead Turnpike. I think we got a hit here going south of just before Hempstead Turnpike, just south of Jericho. Look for that. And then the Cross Island, a little bit busy here, both ways of the LIE at the Cross Island is heavy. Same thing getting to the Whitestone. Westbound on the Cross Bronx is heavy the third. South of the Bruckner is busy getting out onto the elevated section. And then the Deegan is really heavy straight from the Marshall Loop down to the Cross Bronx. Same thing on the Bronx River Parkway south at the CBX. The Rogs Neck is heavy. So this is just all general volume for the morning. Um, All right, so 7:15 now is our time. Let's go to the weather center and we'll take a look at our forecast from our chief meteorologist in training, Mr. John Rocco from esteemed University of Rutgers in Piscataway, New Jersey. So Johnny is back in school, and we're thinking maybe next week or maybe the week after about the reports for us. I did for that here this morning. So, we're looking at, basically partly cloudy skies across the board. I'm going to bring back in our friendly radar map here. So, light showers as you make your way through Tom's River, Long Beach Island, Atlantic City. But really, that's about it. Maybe up in the northwest section of the state, up towards, Sussex County, up that way along 206. Port Jervis, that area there. Hudson Valley, starting to see some more moderate rain, actually still raining up here along 17. That's just about it. Ocean. And these showers are actually coming back in off the ocean. Hmm. So yeah, there's our setup for the pattern here. Um, we definitely need the rain. No question about that. Um, wonder. Let me go back to John's slides here this morning as you peruse the temperature gradients here around, upper 60s to lower 70s or so, up towards Newton about the lower 60s, give or take, you know, degrees amongst friends, right? I want to see here, friends. I'm just trying to, I was trying to bring up the, because I did see yesterday a very interesting rainfall amounts. I wanted to bring those up for us. So we'll come back to this in a moment, but while I have this rainfall total up from the National Weather Service, you can start in Connecticut now. And really, the jackpot was Shelton, Connecticut, 5.67 inches. Wow. And this is reports of rain over the last 48 hours. So that's a lot of water there. Um, Danbury, 4.6. Stanford, a little under 2. Bethel at 3.6. Greenwich at 1.5. Darien, a little under an inch. Middlesex County, that's in Connecticut, not New Jersey. That's up towards the north. Again, the further north you went, the higher the rain totals, almost 6 inches. Wow. Killingsworth, 3. New Haven, Seymour, 5.48. A lot of rain. Well needed rain. New London County, Norwich coming at 6.57 inches of rain. Wow. Let's see, New Jersey, we go to Bergen County, Ridgewood. Again, friends, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter this morning. 1.87 inches, Park Ridge, 1.8. Oakland, 1.3. Lodi, a little under an inch. Raining a lot more than that. Essex County, we go to Livingston, Caldwell, 1.7, 1.2. Milburn, almost a half inch there. Hudson County, Harrison, everything under an inch. It's just not really going to make too much of a dent in the rain gauges. Um, Say County got a nice soaking there, about an average about an inch and a half there. Ringwood, West Milford, Hewitt, um, Union County. Let's see, Linden Airport got just about almost 3/4 of an inch. Mountainside, almost an inch. Cranford, about a half an inch, a little under a third for Clark. Third of an inch for Springfield. Same thing with Westfield, Roselle Park. The Bronx, over a half inch. So Syosset got soaked there, 2.2 inches of rain. Now Manhattan got a solid, just an even inch. Orange County got doused pretty good up towards West Point, 3 inches there. Port Jervis, an inch and a half, as you saw. Putnam County, Cold Spring, Brewster, about 3 inches of rain. LaGuardia coming in at 1.17. Um, Suffolk, Northport, 2.3, 2.03. Westchester, South Salem, 5.3 inches. Wow. Katona, 3 inches. That's it. So we'll go back to our, just thought that'd be kind of interesting for everybody. Again, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I'm assuming that we're live here. I just don't see the view meter really populating here this morning. So will be no one's watching. I don't know. The five boroughs here this morning looking at temps into the mid to upper 60s. Same thing here out towards Long Island, mid to upper 60s as well. And we continue into the Hudson Valley. Again, a little bit cooler out there, but the humidity is all jacked up. Roadways are still wet, so be careful. Lower 60s across the board. Same thing here in southwestern Connecticut. Maybe a little cooler up towards Torrington, maybe hovering just about 60 degrees. Let's take a look at John's forecast for today. A few spotty showers still around, kind of a gray, cloudy, yucky day, kind of a crummy day out there for the most part. And temps are going to reflect that, kind of holding back because of the lack of sun. Temps into the lower to mid 70s or so, 73 and 75 on average across the board. So look again after today for our rain and storm threats, you know, spotty shower chance um, for today. And then after that, looks in pretty good shape. We'll take a check of that 7 day weather forecast coming up at 7:45. All right, so let's talk to you about our sponsor for this half hour of broadcasting. It's the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com. 908-272-3000 is the phone number, and head over to his website and also to his Facebook page because he has the introduction of some brand new flavors, and this is going to be the fall flavors across the board: pumpkin spice, Oreo pumpkin, apple cider donut, and cinnamon crumb, as I will show you here this morning, if I can. There we go. Apple cider donut, Oreo pumpkin, pumpkin spice, as well as apple cider and cinnamon crumb. So just a great offering here. That pumpkin spice is some of the best ice cream I've ever had. I mean, it is just fantastic. Apple cider donuts are with the homemade donuts from Dryer Farm, also in Cranford, one of the last working farms in Union County. So again, the apple cider donuts are made fresh and then shipped over to Ralph, and then he adds them into the ice cream. And Ralph also reciprocates with the ice cream that he sells there at farm stand. So nice local business helping local business out. So again, he has these, just so many wonderful flavors as you can see here. Lots to offer. He's got the mango sorbet, peach mango, blood orange, as well as the lemon sorbet. Also has that beautiful cotton candy ice cream, just absolutely delicious stuff. As Anna has so proudly said that her and her daughter really like that. Again, the sorbets are dairy free, has some frozen yogurt options as well. Sugar free options, also the Dole pineapple and raspberry whip, which are also dairy free, which are absolutely delicious as well. You got party cake, cookie dough, black raspberry, grasshopper. So a lot of different flavors to choose from. There are some of the toppings you can put on your ice cream sundae or your ice cream cone. And also, he has these wonderful sauces, if you want to call it that, peanut butter and marshmallow. So really just absolutely delicious stuff across the board. So again, head over to, well, I know I want to show you one other thing. He's got two other things. These are these flying saucers and chip witches, delicious stuff there. Also, these wonderful all occasion cakes for a birthday, wedding. Alexandra's is coming up. Um, Less than about, what is it, 26 days, I think. The small round cake, the mid-sized round cake, and also the large sheet cake up to 40 people. So there's that pillowy soft vanilla with chocolate ice cream with the chocolate crunchy. So definitely for any occasion, head over to the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. And go to his website, cranfordvanillabeancreamery.com, 22 North Avenue West in beautiful, historic Cranford, New Jersey, right across from Jersey Transit Cranford stop. Thank Ralph for being a sponsor of the program. All right, so we need to go out to Long Island now because we're just seeing a ton of traffic pretty much uh, across the board here in the AM. And yeah, just a lot of stuff. So let's go to the Long Island incident page. I think something may have happened there on the southern state, possibly, because it's been really in the red for quite some time. Uh, no, nothing really. Just a shoulder here on the LIE at 39. Hmm, a lot of volume. Look at all this between, I'd say, 18 Eagle Avenue all the way through to 22. Uh, Wantagh Parkway, the entire length here from the southern up to the northern is heavy. So is the ride on the Meadowbrook getting up into the northern state. That is heavy as well. West on the northern is fairly busy here from, we're going to take it from Williston Park, that area, to the LIE connector, all the way to the Cross Island. So is the LIE from 41 down to, oh, wow, 32. Northern state is heavy here, getting past 135. On over to 106, 107. LIE is busy. Basically from Deer Park Avenue, 51 to 44, give or take. Exit there. Northern state, a lot of volume pushing out of Comac on into the Melville area. West on the southern state is busy, getting into 109 and 135. West on the LIE is heavy here as we continue from about exit 60, almost from 60 down to 44. A lot of stop and go volume heading out to the east end. There's the Hamptons delay again. Interesting. Heading east on Sunrise Highway, Hampton Bays, Southampton, Watermill, Bridgehampton. It's interesting how that all of a sudden just repopulated. I don't know why. We go to the Connecticut incident page now. Check out the deal here. Just delays across the board. Um, Nothing out of the ordinary this morning. So there it is. Right off the 8 and 25 from 28 or so. 28 always straight on down through about exit 6. The Parkway is heavy from about 48. We'll go 48 to 38. Good solid 10 miles worth of traffic in that location. All right. So this half hour is sponsored by, where are we? The Shaved Cave, 1471 Raritan Road in beautiful Clark, New Jersey, 908-325-6283. Follow my man Omar there on Instagram at Chop God with 3 Ds, and conveniently located off the Parkway between exits 135 and 136. And we're also sponsored by Maxim Motor Cars, 303 West Clinton Street, which is Route 15 in Dover, New Jersey, 973-620-9060. And head to Nick's website, Maxim Motor Cars LLC.com. We'll go into more detail. Our full sponsorship here coming up at 7:45. All right, so let's go to the Hudson Valley now. See what we've got brewing here this morning. 44 both ways west of the Taconic. All lanes are shut in Dutchess County. That 52, the shoulder is blocked here eastbound approaching 84. So high up the matters greatly this morning. Let's go to the Hudson Valley now. Take a look at what our situation is here. To be west on the cross counties, heavy at the sawmill both ways here on the cross county is busy. As you come in towards the Hutch, New England Thruway Route 1 is fine. Southbound Hutch a little heavy here as you traverse over to 127, which is going to be, what is that? North Street. Okay. 287 is fine. Tappan Zee Bridge, building up a little bit of volume as well. And then south of the throughways, heavy 14 into 13 on over towards about interchange 12. But the rest of Rockland and Orange, again, roadways really wet, really just the front of most of our rain. 17. As you get up towards Monticello, up this area, it's still raining lightly this morning. Um, for the thruway, the Beacon Bridge is fine. West on 84, we're fairly busy here at 684. And some pockets of volume 684 are coming down into Katona on over Route 22. Then west on 84 is heavy into Newtown and Connecticut. And then again through the 7 merge in Danbury. Let's do this. Go to the MTA now here at 7:32. Watching the Tri-State Traffic Show, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We are on. I feel like the counter is off on not registering for some reason. You may wait longer for an R train, running as much service as we can with the crews available. Um, go to the rails now. Let's see. Everything is good across the board. Nice. Okay. Um, good stuff. Good stuff there. Wild and whack. Um, so yeah, so we're doing well on transit this morning. So not going to be causing too much of a problem. So let's go back to the maps now. Let's see here. I gotta get this beard off. Wow, this is weird. Really taking a life of its own. Um, let's just go back to New Jersey again. See if anything else has cropped up. Seems like New Jersey is really the busiest of the area. Southbound 129, one lane closed there. 33 west, Grove Road in Millstone. Crash at 33 west of Dugan's Grove Road. On through, I guess it's Millstone, Manalapan, that area. Morning, Alexander. Good morning. No issues with the commute. Excellent. That's what we like to see. Yeah, path looked like it was good, and trains looked like they were on time. So good stuff there. Um, Parkway that that sparked them to move the tower cam. Tower cam isn't even in here. This no, let's do this. This Parkway Tower Cam 129. They did move it. Crash ahead, keep left. I love it. It's right underneath the sign. Um, I find it funny. I laugh. John were here. If John, if Matrix were here, he'd laugh too. Um, like this accident is well off that very large shoulder there. Um, and move all the apparatus onto the shoulder to get that lane open, exactly where the trooper is going. Safety vehicle is there, so it's in fully onto the shoulder, safely off the road. So there we go. Bada bing. Uh, let's go here. See here. Let's go back to the cameras. Just go a quick little tour of the cameras. And Alexander, how many days to the wedding? I think it's what, 26, 27, 25, something like that. Start on 7. We'll go here at Route 1. Any volume is building. No, nothing there. It seems to be moving fairly nicely. Roadways look like they're pretty dry. The 287, that's where we're building the volume heading north into Easton Avenue. Alexandra says 25 days. Wow. It's gonna arrive a lot sooner than you think, right? This is at Easton Avenue. Here to 8. That is good as well. Get into the Martistown area. We'll check the vibe there. Of course, camera's not by 24. This is out at Route 10 at East Hanover. Still see, that's a good shot there. You can see that gray cloud cover, that shelf cloud that's just kind of hanging over everything. I hope you can see these cameras because it's just easier for me to navigate. So roadways look fairly dry here in Parsippany this morning. I'll stay with 287 briefly. It's 7:37 is your time. You're watching the Tri-State Traffic Show. Join us here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter this morning. Post up a comment. Let's tell us where you are hailing us from this morning. I want to see what this is. Up by Route 23. Okay, here by Route 17. That's fine. Let's go Route 80. Got brewing here. I don't think this one at 94 has been working. Orange Street. Check that vibe out. No dice. This is 25. That's okay. 80 here. 15. Maybe get a camera to work. Nope. Fox Hill. Nope. Road 2. So that's east on the left is busy exiting for 287. And again, here's 80 at 287. Actually moves pretty well. Again, it's just really that exit. Let's see what another hot spot we can take a look at. Here, go to 17. That's heavy here south, getting out by the Garden State Plaza Mall. But what else is new, right? Let's go to 440 now at Amboy. That's fine. Here at 35. I don't think that camera works. The one at the Parkway is DOA. This is at Woodbridge Avenue. Let's see if that works. Wow, actually works. And again, you still have 440 shut down. It's shut down here in Jersey City. Got long-term construction at 185. It looks like they took out the cameras there. 63rd. Show you that. Both on the same shot. Weird not to see any traffic there. 440 at Danforth. Let's go to truck routes 1 and 9 here at Communipol. This will show the closure, obviously, if they can get the cameras to work. Yeah, there's the closure on the left. So all that traffic being forced onto Communipol Avenue. This is the inbound Skyway, just a parking lot. It's about a half an hour or so. See how ugly it is out here. Just kind of, dare I say, hazy, just cloudy, murky, gray. Ugly. A lot of ugly out there. Wow. Hackensack Avenue. None of these cameras ever work. I can't figure out why they just can't get them to populate. That's out by the Skyway on the left, coming towards us, getting on the truck routes 1 and 9, heading to north. Southeast work here at the Tunnel East Circle. I don't think so. No deal. No deal. No deal. No deal. Let's see any other spots that we can look at. Uh, well, let's take a look at 202 Red Spring. I don't think that one works either. Oh, wait, whoa. Oh, they finally got this camera working. Oh, finally. Hey, now, this is Morristown. That's a good picture, other than the fact that it's moving in like that, and it goes down the drain again. Not going to work. This is the one by the Somerville traffic circle, but at least I know that one's a good camera in Morristown up by Headquarters Plaza. That is a great camera. If they actually turn it the other way too, that's a nice shot. There's actually cameras around the green in Morristown too that are really neat. But all right, so go back to the incident page here. 7:41 now is our time. Now we got another problem here. This is south of the Parkway at 149. We got the left lane shut with a crash. Want to investigate that now. Cameras. Um, South of Essex. Yeah, that would be great. Um, so that's coming out of the toll plaza. It's just so it's south of the Essex toll plaza is where we're dealing with this collision. Um, right in here. North is fairly heavy as usual. Route 3, and hit hard here from 21 to 17. That's the other spot I wanted to check with the cameras. Um, North of 139, we got a lane block there. So, Anna, if you're watching, um, glad you are not traversing the Parkway here this morning, because that is a mess getting up into. Let's see if they move the camera. Our camera still tower things. This is in Clark going north. There is a mess up through the Cranford area. Long term LTC. Back here. So again, 33 west, as you come up into through Manalapan out by getting close to the turnpike. Good crash there. 206 going north of Flanders. Transformer fire 88 both ways is shut by New Hampshire Ave with a down utility pole and wires this morning. And oh, that's where we're going. Three, three at Orient Way. Ow, my fingers. Oh gosh. Wrapping up here. This is out by 21. Of course, that doesn't work. Why would that work? Um, okay. I think the cameras work. I just think it's the website is just not doing what it's supposed to be doing. 17 at 120 at Moonachie Road. Ugh, this is a losing battle, losing cause here. All right, so just a lot of our general volume. I mean, look at 208 hit hard here from Wyckoff through Hawthorne, Fairlawn. Um, Now 80 to 80, that whole combination getting busier by the minute. Same thing east. It's amazing, just amazing what like 48 hours will do to traffic, right? Crazy. Again, friends, we are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter this morning. Let us know that you're watching, as Alexandra has so nicely done here this morning. Let us know where you're watching us from. I just feel like the view counter is not working properly, but I could be wrong, but I feel like it's off. So north of the Parkway is heavy. A lot of stop and go volume here from basically 132 up to 139 with that broken down vehicle at 139. That's a lot of the cause there. 287 getting busier by the minute through Edison, South Plainfield, as we've seen. Parkway, a little heavy here in Lakewood, and then 55. This whole bacchanal of traffic, 55, 42, 295 round exit 30. West on 73 is heavy. Even sorry, west on 70, I should say, at 73, a little bit busy. North on 73 is busy. Voorhees, Laurel and Cherry Hill. That. And what I'm looking at is that it's 7:45. So we're going to go to the Weather Center and talk to our good friend Jonny here with his forecast. So a cloudy start this morning. We're looking at potentially some light, misty kind of showers out there. Misty morning hop. Is that what it is from Led Zeppelin? Um, the dog next door. Know his name, but we'll welcome him to the broadcast. Lower 70s here in New Jersey for our temps starting on this Wednesday. Same thing, we're hovering just about average of 68 to 70 degrees here in the five boroughs. Same thing out to Long Island into the upper 60s. So definitely a little cooler because, we haven't released any kind of sun in the last 48 hours or so. Hudson Valley up into the mid 60s now, getting closer to 8 o'clock. Same thing into the lower to mid 60s. A little warmer along the shoreline. Further north you go, looking at temps into the lower 60s here across the board. So, kind of relatively uniform, if you want to call it that, for our temperature gradients. Um, you know, just overcast and cloudy. It's just a nasty kind of just gray morning, that annoyance type rain, if there is any out there, just a light rain, a fog, mist, kind of a messy start to the morning. We will go to John's forecast for today. So temps looking at temps into the mid lower 70s is probably the more operative word. I doubt we may push 75, 77 in Cherry Hill. That's if that kind of clears out some of the cloud cover later this afternoon. And we get some peaks of sunshine. But other than that, I think we're pretty much gray for the most of the entire day through Freehold, Central Park, Islip, Trenton and Andover, roughly about 73 degrees. So once we get past the chances of some showers today, uh, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday are looking good, as you can see here in the 7 day. So 72 today, warms up a little bit up to 80 tomorrow. But we start to dry out. Humidity starts to come down just a bit. Friday, golden sunshine at 80 degrees. Saturday, a beautiful day at 83, 82 on Sunday. Your next chance of showers are on Monday and Tuesday. But again, what you're starting to see the trend here is the high temperatures are now into about 80, 79, 80 degrees or so. So I know we're starting that downward, not just we're coming down the other side of the mountain, I should say, really. Good morning, Anna. Buenos Dias from a gloomy and damp Homedale. Yeah, it's fairly ugly out there this morning. Just gray and just kind of a nasty kind of a morning. So, but again, in certain areas, roadways are going to be just a bit wet. So you've got to be careful. It's still a little bit slippery here this morning. 7:49 now is our time, and we are sponsored this half hour in part by the Shave Cave, 1471 Raritan Road in a beautiful, historic as well, Clark, New Jersey, in Union County. Conveniently located right off the Garden State Parkway between exits 135, 136. You can take either exit on Raritan Road. It's right across the street from the one of very few remaining Friendly's ice cream places that are still around. Um, Fellas there at the Shave Cave do an awesome job. 908-325-6283. Follow my guy Omar there on Instagram at Chop God with 3 Ds. And Oh, sorry about that. Wow, big sneeze. I'm waiting for that all morning. Um, so let me bring in this. So there is the Facebook page for the Shaved Cave. Give them a follow. Tell me you saw it here on the Tri-State Traffic Show. Um, that's Omar there. He's back to us. Great looking old modern old school barbershop, if you want to call it that. Do a nice, real nice job, really up on all the latest styles. Get a nice hot towel shave as well. So the Shave Cave is the best place to get all groomed up for your next outing, or maybe it's a job interview, or just back to school. See the live fade, right? Um, so yeah, head over to the Shave Cave, and located at 1471 Raritan Road, Clark, New Jersey, between 135 136 off the Garden State Parkway. 908-325-6283 is the phone number, and speak to my guy Omar there. Follow him on Instagram at ChopGod, ChopGodd, or you can certainly just call or go on the website, make an appointment. Any of the fine fellows over there will take care of your manly grooming needs at the Shave Cave. Once again, 1471 Raritan Road in Clark. We are also sponsored in part this half hour by Maxim Motor Cars, LLC, 973-620-9060 off of West Clinton Street in Dover. West Clinton Street is going to be Route 15. It's also off of Garrison Avenue, which is actually it's like a two-level type shop. There's another car dealership on the upper, and then we kind of come down the side of the mountain, so to say. And Nick is in the on the first floor of that building. But again, 973-620-9060. Nick specializes in cars, between 3 and 10 years old or so. There's definitely a market out there for, vehicle prices are really going through the roof, right? Just going sky high. Average transaction now is probably closer to $40,000. I mean, that's a lot of money to be spending on a car. So there is definitely a big market for used cars, like this 2008 Infinity. Probably last year forever. Only's got 82,000 miles on it, but the car is 14 years old. So, you know, what is that about? Oh gosh, what is that about? 6,000 miles a year? That's a pretty good buy at $10,500. Um, and so here's Justin. How's my ride today? Was crazy on Tuesday. Yes, it was. Good morning, sir. If you give me another, can hang out for one more minute here. Let me just get through the sponsor, and we'll take a look for you, pal. Um, so yeah, like this Journey EX. I think is this the it's like a little SUV type vehicle. Very popular, as we know, these SUVs here across the board. Actually, has a little bit. It has looks like it has navigation too, maybe. Um, but for yeah, it has navigation. But for $10,000, that's a pretty fair buy, I think. You know, um, so yeah, Nick, and these are the vehicles that he kind of specializes in. He only really carries maybe about like a dozen vehicles at a time. It's a small shop, but it's really the service is really where it's at. Him and his father Anthony opened the shop a bunch of years ago, and these are just some of the vehicles that he has to offer um, across the board. So pretty much anything. Sure, you probably can find something if that's what you're looking for as well. I know he's done that prior clients. So again, head over to MaximMotorcarsLLC.com, peruse the website, tell them that I sent you. You saw it here on the Tri-State Traffic Show, 973-920-9060. Ask for Nick. He is the owner and operator along with his father, Anthony, and they are located West Clinton Street in Dover, New Jersey. Again, 973 620 9060. All right, let's talk to Justin here this morning, get him all set up. You're looking good, pal. Monmouth County is fine. Everything, Parkway, clean and green, all the way across the Driscoll Bridge is good. Maybe a little exiting volume there at 127 for you, getting off for 287 or for 440. But other than that, you're looking at maybe half hour at best, pushing the limits of the SHO. Actually, I'm sure Justin's probably excited. Next Wednesday, the 14th, the new Mustang gets introduced. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. Never been really a Ford guy or the Mustang. I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't know. Let's see what Justin says. Thanks, man. Had to be creative yesterday. That was wild. It certainly was. That was crazy. As Justin knows very well, traffic and weather always go together. And he's been doing this almost as long as I have. Uh, and it certainly proved positive yesterday. It was just chaos, absolute chaos. It was one of those days that, you know, A, you wanted to work from home, and two, you just wanted to stay inside. But yeah, it was kind of nuts. But yeah, but that new Mustang gets introduced next Wednesday, 14th. See, always liked the shape of them, but the it was the interiors and things like that, and the inside were, I don't know, just wasn't a fan. That Sync, Ford Sync 2 or whatever it was with Microsoft, it was just awful. Um, let's see, I'm gonna quickly tap into Autoblog very quickly. Mustang Mach-E makes the hybrid unnecessary, so I wonder what they're talking about. It's fully electric now. Goalposts for the coming 7th generation have been moving for years, blah, 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 blah. Something is being introduced next Wednesday. Talking about it. Um, my 2010 was the best car I ever owned. Yeah. And if I believe that had a bit of a sad ending with some high water, if I remember correctly, fortunately, kind of floating away in your driveway, if I remember, or something like that. Crazy. Oh, that's right. The Detroit Auto Show is now in September. That's right. Yep, died in a flood on my honeymoon. That's right. I remember that. Yeah, remember that. Right. That was what, 4 years ago? 2018. It was at the end of July, if I remember right. Still the best wedding food I've ever eaten ever at the Molly Pitcher. Tremendous, tremendous. Um, so yeah, so I think the Detroit Auto Show starts up next week. Um, click on this very quickly as we'll take this to the top of the hour. We're talking shop talk. And Ford Mustang will likely debut new Google infotainment system. Well, that would certainly help from that awful, stupid sync thing. Just brutal. Um, how many of those vehicles at the former shop that I drive with that in it in the Explorer? It was just horrible. Let's see. Now, see this. I mean, if this was the Mustang and this was the screen, this large screen like that, that looks pretty good. Problem is, the Mustangs, the screens were so small. That actually looks pretty good if it was this larger screen where it's actually large enough where you can actually read it. Mach-E is fantastic, but the tech doesn't compare to Tesla. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, in some ways, the infrastructure and charging, I like how they photoshopped this person's hand out. That's great. Looks like a ghost or something. Tegan Elizabeth. That looks awesome. Yes, it does. Hopefully we'll find out some more information next Wednesday. Yeah, here it is. Blah, blah, blah. Like the big changes for the future pony cars to be fully revealed in upcoming event of the Stampede on September 14th. So next Wednesday, mark your calendars. And also another big reveal day today. Again, it is now the top of the 8 o'clock hour here this morning. Let me switch the banners over. We thank Nick at Maxim Motor Cars and Omar and the guys over at the Shave Cave for sponsoring this half hour of programming. We bring in Ralph once again for our sponsor for the 8 o'clock half hour. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. So we thank him for sponsoring this half hour of the show. Also, big reveals today from your good friends at your favorite fruit market establishment named Apple. Um, Honey Crisp, Golden Delicious, or I can't think of another apple. Oh gosh. Um, some examples of apples, friends, in the comments. What do we talk? Golden Delicious, Honey Crisp. Honey Crisp are good. Um, oh. Empire is another one. That was the one I was thinking of. Golden Delicious. I feel like I'm missing one. All right. So what we're going to do now, let's kind of regroup here. EMS police activity on the New Jersey Turnpike, Western Spur, south of 18W. One lane is blocked. Let's go to the Turnpike cameras this morning. Let's dial those in, and we will go to, come on, go to the Turnpike. We go to the Spurs this morning. Thanks everybody for joining us. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Let's see how many people we can get here, jumping into the conversation. Join us live. Throw up a comment there. We'll put you on the air. Let's get this party rolling here in this 8 o'clock hour. Let's see how many people we can get watching. Let's get 15, 20 people, and let's go for it. Where am I going now? Want the Western Spur here. W. Nope. W there. Let's see here. Alexander, future hubby and I went apple picking at Freehold over the weekend. They had a ton of gala apples. Yes, that's another good one too. Yes, awesome. It's a good weekend too. It was probably very nice. Granny Smith, yes, Granny Smith, right? Aren't Granny Smith? Are they like the yellow? They're the yellow ones? No, are they? Like greenish color? They're not really red, right? Um, what are some of your tips for keeping the apples fresh, though? That's the only problem. Once you cut them up, they go brown really fast. Is it lemon juice or any ideas? Any good recipes here for apples or some good desserts? Right. Um, I don't know where I was. I think it was in. Gosh, I'm really going way off the rails, but I'm getting hungry. But I think it was in Scottsdale, Arizona, at a wonderful Mexican restaurant, and the dessert was like a apples with either walnuts in them or I think walnuts and with some cinnamon, and it was stuffed inside like a tortilla that was homemade. And they sprinkled like cinnamon sugar on top of it with like whipped cream and ice cream, and it was warm. Oh my gosh! Wow. Whew. Hey now, hey now, hey now. Um. All right, so 18W is right up in here, but really doesn't look like it's really causing too much of a problem this morning. Um, Parkway is just one long line of traffic here from Colonia all the way up into Kenilworth and Union, then further up the line into 145. I think something was going on in the area 145. So let's do that. We bring it back up. Parkway cameras. Let's do this. Um, north of 144. Yeah, it's a solid ride there. Something I feel like is going on here at 280, getting off at 80. I think it's getting on to 280 is the issue, quite frankly. 147 is heavy. Let's investigate that further because there is definitely something going on here to the Parkway. I think it's just a lot of volume getting into Newark. Yeah, look at that. Oof. Wow. Ah, this is west going out by the Stickle Drawbridge. Wow, friends, it is really just ugly out here this morning. Not a fun morning to be driving. So we go back to the maps now. Go look at 208 is just a real mess here this morning in either direction. Out through what is this Maple Avenue, Goffle Road, I should say. And all the wonderful teachers and friends here, the staff at Ramapo High School now starting to see that traffic here on Ewing, getting out to the entrance for all the kids being dropped off for school. Could take forever to get through that. Kind of know the drill if you're in that neighborhood. Oh, Anna, let's see here. Let's see. Chicken salad sandwich, apples, and apple cider to drink. Oh, wonderful. Ooh, that sounds really good. Very, very nice. Uh, Good stuff. Eastbound 46 is busy here from Union Boulevard all the way to the Route 3 split and merge. Route 3, a lot of volume both ways here, east and west at 21. Again, 80 is the solid ride from exit 34 through 42. Both ways of 24 here is heavy at 287. West on 24 is busy at the Short Hills Mall. 78 now getting busy in Vauxhall. Look at this turnpike really just getting drilled this morning from 12 all the way up into 14. The Bay Extension is just a solid ride. South on the turnpike as well, exiting for 14 is awfully crowded here this morning. 8:07 now is our time. You're watching the Tri-State Traffic Show, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Come join the party with us here this morning. Please post up a comment. Let us know where you're watching us from. We're trying to see how many people we can get here. Let's make this the most watched one of the morning. Get it out to all of your friends if you can. Let us know where you are coming in from. So we wanted to go to here. It's not going to show us anything heavy. All right, so we've digressed here. A lot of stop and go traffic there. 287 both ways, Edison, South Plainfield, and again out through Bound Brook. But again, most of South Jersey, Monmouth County Parkway, a little light volume in Toms River at 80, 81, and then again into 89. Then you've got 55, 42 is busy. So is 295 both ways here out to 76. Same thing on 73 west on 70 into Cherry Hill is busy. Delaware River Crossing is actually doing fairly nicely. Let's go. All right, let's jump back into the city because that incident page is really not going to populate much. Um, West Shore easing up the traffic here at Arden. East still a little heavy into Bradley Avenue, and then some really heavy volume. Looks like we have a crash there, just at Fingerboard. Let's see what that is doing. Running for our ride. We will go here to SIE, Ousel Avenue, coming towards us. And yeah, it looks like there was something in the HOV lane. There goes. That's a bold move. Wow. That's a real stiff move. Oof. Good for him. Look at that move. And he is gone. So I think whatever was onto the into the HOV lane was our area of contention this morning. You can see we're jammed here at Toad Hill Road. That is barely even moving. So now it looks like all our lanes are open, but as they say in the traffic business, the damage is now done. Because if we go here to the Fingerboard road camera, that's eastbound that comes towards us, which is pretty much wide open. So yeah, there was definitely something was going on. East on the belt is heavy here, straight out to Verrazano, out to Bay 8th, and then this whole Gowanus combination through Industry City up into the Prospect is a mess as we continue up to the BQE. Just a ton of volume. I mean, just a ton of volume out there getting out to the Brooklyn Bridge, going south here. Everyone's waking up now. FDR Drive north and the Williamsburg Bridge is heavy. It seems like 8 o'clock. The used to be 7 o'clock hour is now our 8 o'clock hour. Hey, 7 o'clock was always the heaviest of the hours. It looks like people getting up late and heading into the office later, or to wherever you may be working. Midtown Tunnel looking at about 30 minutes there, about 10 at the Ed Koch. Some volume going south into the 60s here, and then again out by the RFK. RFK Triborough is busy straight out of Queens. Anything west of the Grand Central is heavy out by City Field. Looks like south on the Whitestone, we may have an issue there. Let's uh, try to investigate that. And let's see what we're up against here. Um, that's south on the left. Tell it's I can't. I'm not terribly familiar with this section of Whitestone, Queens, but I mean it's down here on the connector. There for it. So that's just a big old mess. Through Bayside Marina, that's a mess here. South on the Cross Island, LIE both ways here over to the fairgrounds. East is just hammered from Queens Boulevard all the way out to Long Island. So is the Grand Central. Uh-oh. I hear fire trucks. Oh boy. Street. Hmm. Both ways of the Grand Central again, out by the Clearview is heavy. Same thing with the Van Wyck, both ways at Hillside. North on the Cross Island is crowded here from basically the belt all the way up into the Grand Central. So kind of just your normal progression of traffic west of the Cross Bronx, 73rd, South Bruckner at the Bronx River. And then both ways here, getting onto the Deegan at Willis. South on the Deegan is just a parking lot for the Mosholu all the way down into the Cross Bronx. Bronx River Parkway is heavy here, getting into Pelham Parkway. Further south at the Cross Bronx. Let's go out to Long Island, shall we? We'll take a look at our incident page. We'll do Long Island, and then we'll head to the Weather Center again for the check of our forecast here at 8:13. Again, we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter this morning. Join us, please. Westbound LIE 5150, the shoulder is out. So, yes, we are dealing with, I think something's happening here on the Meadowbrook at the Southern. Investigate that in a moment. But so the Southern itself is busy, just normal spots here from 17 all the way to about 20, about 30 or so, 28, I should say. Montauk Parkway is heavy. Meadowbrook is busy into the Northern. West on the LIE is heavy here at the Northern State. Westbound Northern State is a parking lot from 135 into the Meadowbrook. The LIE is just jammed here getting into 135. I think something may have happened there as well. It looks, I don't know. It just seems awfully normal. So is the Northern State. Southern again into 109 is heavy. Sandy Coast up to the LIE. West on the LIE is busy here from 60 straight on over towards about exit 51. And east on Sunrise Highway is heavy here. Hampton Bays, Southampton, Watermill over to Bridgehampton. So, yeah, I came back uh, earnest. All right, so 8:15 is our time now. Let's go to the Weather Center. Let's talk to our good friend John Rocco. Follow him on Twitter at John Rocco, JONROCCOWX. Also on Facebook for the latest updates from the weather department all day long from his group, the Weather Watcher group. He's the president of the club over at Rutgers University. So Johnny's back in school now, and we're uh, setting that up to provide those reports for um, us here on the show coming up in about probably I'd say a good 2 weeks or so. I think is probably the best estimation of time there. Um, so we will certainly be very, very thankful for Johnny and everything he's able to do for us. Want to do this. Let's go back to our maps very briefly. You can see where the rain showers are. Looks like the rain is shut off here. Maybe down in Cape May, a couple spotty showers there, but for the most part, we've kind of dried out that northwestern corner of Jersey, 206, and kind of pushing northward now. 206, up towards 84, Port Jervis, that area. North of the Poconos is a little bit busy with some rain and kind of looks like it's stalled out, basically. Doesn't look like it's really got any kind of forward momentum. Like it's just kind of stuck there, hanging over this area, which in some ways is not good either. But the Catskills up this way, up towards Monticello, 17, some moderate rain up to Binghamton, out through Scranton. So we'll see where this progresses. See how the pattern is setting up. Kind of going every which way here. One big spot of heavier precip um, being loaded into the queue. So let's go back to John's temperatures. So we're clearly into the upper 60s to lower 70s here in New Jersey. Same thing for the five boroughs. Again, upper 60s to right around 70 degrees. I'll take a look at Long Island. Again, upper 60s across the board this morning. Really no major gradient changes. Between Middletown and Yonkers, between 62 and 74 there. As you get down into the city areas, definitely a little bit warmer. Same thing along the shoreline of southwestern Connecticut into the upper 60s, lower 60s around 59 in Torrington. Take a look at John's forecast for today. A couple spotty showers are certainly possible. Temps are looking at, we're saying just about lower 70s or so. Maybe we get closer to 80 in Cherry Hill and Cape May later this afternoon with some of the cloud cover maybe starts to make a break for it and get a couple breaks of sun, but that's fairly optimistic. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. Again, seeing a few light showers to Atlantic City and Cape May, Seattle City, Avalon, Wildwood. So again, just a spotty shower chance for today, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, next 4 days are drying out and looking really nice. So it's going to be really setting up for a beautiful weekend across the board for the next couple of days. We'll check on that 70 weather forecast coming up at 8:45. Again, we are sponsored by the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. Head over to 22 North Avenue West in beautiful Cranford, New Jersey for the best ice cream anywhere to be found. And you can see just some of the great titles that Ralph has in the shop. He's got the peach mango sorbet, he's got the cotton candy, vanilla chocolate strawberry, your core of three, the party cake, cookie dough, just a lot of amazing stuff in the dipping case. S'moreo, chocolate cookies and cream. Oh, just getting very hungry right now. Quite honestly, triple strawberry, just delicious stuff. He also has this wonderful toppings bar here with those walnuts and the fruit. And he has the peanut butter and marshmallow. I mean, just amazing stuff that Ralph has to offer. There are some of the offerings that he has here across the board with ice cream sandwiches, the cupcakes, the brownie pies, And speaking of cakes, there's these wonderful all occasion cakes here. The small round serves about 4 to 8, and then the larger one, medium, 10 to 12 or so. And you get them in that monster sheet cake of up to 40 people. Just wonderful stuff. So once again, head over to the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, 908-272-3000 is the phone number, and head over to the shop, 22 North Avenue West in beautiful Cranford, New Jersey, and go to his website, cranfordvanillabeancreamery.com. We thank Ralph for sponsoring the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right, so let's dive back into Connecticut here this morning, and we'll take a look at what we've got cooking here. Again, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, going to the top of the 9 o'clock hour. Please join us here. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, pass it along to all your friends, get as many subscribers as we can, going for 200 subscribers in 200 days. Go and post up a comment. We'll put you on the broadcast here this morning. Got a fairly nice crowd now joining us. See if we can get some more people to dive into the coverage here of the best traffic coverage in the tri-state area. So now Southwestern Connecticut, 95, busy Bridgeport, Fairfield will go 28 down to 25 or so, 24 really. South of that, pushing more volume out of the Fairfield rest area, 22 on into Stamford, exit 5, exit 6 or so on the Greenwich border. Parkway's heavy from 50 straight on down the line to 38. But let's check the incident page just to make sure that nothing has cropped up here this morning. And let's see here. Incident 84 is in Hartford, a little bit out of our area. Just general delays across the board. Let's go to the Hudson Valley now. Check in with our friends there. How many incidents? Wow, only 5 incidents this morning. Wow. Down tree on 212 in Woodstock, Ulster County. 44 closure there, both ways west of the Taconic and Dutchess. So look for that. Some flooding in Sullivan County and brush fire. That stuff's been out there for quite some time. Let's go to transit now. Check in with our friends riding the rails. Looks like New Jersey Transit's starting to light up things. I would imagine it's probably into Penn Station. Yep. 15 minutes there because of signal issues in one of the Hudson River tunnels. So that's not good. Light rail here in the Brick City. A couple of departure cancellations. 845 Branchbrook Park. 824 out of Newark Penn. 8 o'clock from Grove Street. So we're starting to light the board up here this morning. Corridor, we still have a couple canceled trains out of Jersey Avenue in New Brunswick. You on with those service delays. So again, about 15 minutes across the board, and we'll see how that plays out, for the rest of the morning. Let's see what Path is doing here. Check that out for our friends using Path, as Alexandra has used this morning. Said her commute was just fine. And that's what we're looking at. Let's go to the MTA now. We'll check in there. Cooking going into our last half hour. Some delays on the 7 train, but you know what? Delays are entering and leaving Flushing Main Street. That's the switch problem in the area. With some of this rain too, the switches may have taken, a little bit of a good soaking. So, there may be some problems going forth with that, but we'll keep an eye on that. Metro North and Long Island Railroad is fine. These are the New Jersey delays here, Pascagoula Valley, Port Jervis. That's that partnership with Metro North and NJ Transit. Up to 15 getting into Penn. Let's go to the Hudson River crossings now. Check out what the scene is here. Solid half hour at the George, same thing at the Lincoln, and about 20 to 25 at the Holland Tunnel. At Skyway is awfully crowded. Getting out to the Holland Tunnel this morning. Just our general volume delays in the Hudson Valley, east, right off the Tappan Zee on 287, Tarrytown and White Plains. Same thing on the Hutch, both ways, out towards Weaver Street and Route 100. The Thruway is busy here at 13, but looks like the Palisades, I'm going to say, may have some sort of an issue here. Yeah. Getting into about south of exit is this 11? Let's see. Yeah, south of exit 11. It's a little backed up this morning with a crash. It's not a little, it's a lot, quite frankly. Running about another 10, 15 there. Thruway, Orange County. Again, it's just that whole setup of the rain really through Monticello, out through Livingston Manor, right on the, you know, Tennessee border here this morning. Binghamton, this whole area, just getting just a deluge of water, um, kind of setting up there. Let's go to 684. We're really busy as you progress out to Route 22. West on 84 is busy at 684. Those are kind of just normal conditions for the morning ride. I mean, just look at all of this red. It's like everybody just decided to. I think traffic's getting really close to back to pre-pandemic levels, and it's amazing how some media do not enough to cover traffic. I just don't get that. Just don't get it. Unbelievable. Um, you know, something that we use every single day around these parts. And just like yesterday, where weather was a big factor. You know, I don't know. I don't get. I just don't understand certain things. I just don't understand. But anyway, before I get myself in trouble and don't want to say anything more than I should, so I'm gonna close it, zip it, as the old Morton Downey, the late Morton Downey used to say. Craziest shows on television back in the late '80s. This is unbelievable. Couldn't imagine if he was still alive today trying to do that show. Um, he probably, if I would have to take a guess, I would say Morton Downey would more than likely be on some late night programming of Fox News, um, and probably get a million views or whatever it was. I mean, it was, there was no internet. There was, just syndication, and it was locally right out of Channel 9 and Sea Caucus, and it was just absolute bedlam. It was one of the craziest shows I've ever seen, and that was way before, you know, Jerry Springer and, the other guy that does the show, the security guy, Wilco's, uh, way before any of that. Just absolute bedlam, just insanity. All right, so we're coming up on 8:30 now. So we thank Ralph for sponsoring the 8 o'clock half hour, and we have to bring in our good friend, the lovely and talented Darley Newman. Travels with Darley. You can watch her on PBS Create, Amazon Prime, Wonder Woman Ocean TV's Journey. Head to her website, darley-newman.com, for more information. We're going to check out her social media pages coming up in 15 minutes. We'll see where she is on the road. I believe that she is in Delaware. I've never been to Delaware. My cousin lives in Delaware, but I've never been to Delaware. Anybody in the comments been to Delaware? Yay, nay, we like it. Um, don't really know much about it. It doesn't really seem like they have a terrible traffic problem. So, um, again, don't know much about Delaware other than there is no sales tax. Um, Sales tax or income tax? I think it's sales tax, actually. I don't think it's income tax. I can't imagine a state in the Northeast not having an income tax. Um, but yeah. Um, Actually, speaking of income taxes, it would be very interesting to see, because I think we'll probably start to shake some of that out now once we get into tax season for next year for 2022. How many people set up their LLCs or, set up their addresses for a Florida address with no income tax, and they're working from home, but they're actually working maybe from New Jersey or from Long Island or something, and going to claim that as their residence of some type to avoid the income tax. I mean, people come up with all kinds of crazy, weird ways of trying to beat in the system, but you know, IP addresses. So the IP address is like the radios. You know, we said on on the roads, cannot run the radio. Well, you cannot run the IP address because it's with you everywhere. Everything you do on your phone, computer, everything has some sort of an IP address. That is literally the roadmap to how you get to the internet and how you do all your stuff. Um, let's see here. Sorry, Alexandra. I find Delaware boring. Okay, honest answer. Very good. Tegan Elizabeth, I haven't been there to visit, just to drive through it. Okay, very good, Tegan. I haven't even driven through Delaware. Um, but again, this is, also maybe another quasi tri-state area. You've got New Jersey here, Delaware, and Pennsylvania, all right in this one small sliver of a location. And I always find that fascinating on the border, like the border towns. Like, what is this? Cross right over uh, state line road. There's always a state line, right? It's always some sort of state line road, right? This side of it's Pennsylvania. This side is Delaware sales tax. So I guess those folks who are living in Pennsylvania can go do their shopping just down the street, where and don't pay any sales tax, and come across the border toll free. So what are these here? Opening scuba dives. Wow, scuba dive and snorkeling. That's an interesting place for a scuba dive. Scuba diving establishment. Interesting. Um, all right. So we got 5542 is busy. You know what? Let's do this. Cameras in quite some time. Again, you're watching Tri-State Traffic Show up here for the next 28 and a half minutes till the top of 9 o'clock. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We will go here. Let's just repopulate New Jersey. Let's see. Tunnelly Avenue North, Secaucus Road to 495. One right lane is shut with a crash. 206 north of Flanders, the lane shut there in Mount Olive. Also, both ways 88 in New Hampshire is shut with a down pole. There is a camera here on Tunnelly Avenue. Camera, but I have a feeling not going to be able to see anything. Help if they actually had the camera looking the right way. There's two cameras and they put them right on top of each other. So how the hell were you supposed to actually able to do that? And then of course the other one doesn't work. Connecting, streaming video. Uh, no deal. Down here up, let's just go to the regular maps. Widen the scope of that. And we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter this morning. Come join the conversation. We're just talking about Delaware. If you've been to Delaware, let us know what your thoughts are. Maybe some of your favorite places to go. That is destination of choice for Miss Darlene Newman for filming parts of her upcoming season. I believe I saw some pictures there at a brewery. Darlene always finds the most amazing local brewery shops, and should bring my cousin into the conversation. As a wonderful brewery in northeastern Massachusetts called Wandering Soul. If you happen to ponder that, I just you know traffic show and having a beer sponsor is kind of interesting, but nonetheless we can certainly do that. Um, Called Wandering Soul. It's not really so much. It's a couple of suppliers in the tri-state that have it, but you really got to look for it. Um, Fact is, let me give Cuz a little props here. Let me see if I can find it. Something's going up. Wow, Beverly, Massachusetts. So save Maddie's website here. Done. Now shipping to New York. Oh, okay. That's his beer company, Wandering Soul, version 5.0. His amazing artwork. I mean, this is some of the best artwork I've ever seen on a beer can ever. It's just tremendous work. His his artist that he has is crazy. I mean, it's insane. With the I mean, look at this. They're absolutely just stunning cans, and my my parents collect these cans because they're like artwork, they're art pieces. Anyway, we'll get in contact with Matt and see if he wants to come aboard here as a sponsor for the show, helping out the fam, right? 8:36 is our time. Again, friends, it looks like let's go back to the York for the incidents. Um, so we're playing fairly nicely, other than just the volume here, is really what it comes down to. Staten Island Expressway, still seeing a ton of volume because of that earlier problem just before the Verrazano that's gone. This, you know, it's straight from here all the way across the Verrazano onto the Gowanus. I mean, we are just in full force here this morning, both ways of the belt at Bay 8th is a mess. Um, Midtown Tunnel's about 30 to 40. I mean, about 30, a solid 30. BQ Heavy Queens Boulevard down to the Brooklyn Bridge. Battery Tunnel's about 15 or 20 there just because you got to get through all of this mess. Ed Koch is about 10. The FDR is just slammed here from the 130s all the way down into, well, basically like into the upper 20s. I mean, there's just a boatload of traffic on that FDR. Queens, just a parking lot both ways out by St. John's, the Grand Central, LIE both ways here from the fairgrounds over to Queens Boulevard, both ways to the Van Wyck at Hillside Avenue is going to be a mess. West on the belt is heavy here this morning as we traverse out to Cross Bay, Cross Island. I mean, there's just nowhere to move here from the Sunrise Highway merge all the way up into the Grand Central. I mean, Whitestone Throgsneck just getting hit hard. I mean, the Bronx is just, this is traffic everywhere. Wow, this has really come back. It's kind of nice back in the middle of August talking about, just lots of green and we're talking baseball, right? That's the other thing too, that the Yankees got rained out last night. So they will be playing, I should say, a doubleheader starting at o'clock at the stadium. It's kind of twilight doubleheader, as they used to call it. One in the late afternoon and one in the early evening. But you're coming down to the point. There's only like 26 games left, give or take. I mean, about as many days left till Alexandra gets married. But so yeah, there is the Bronx here this morning. Wow, there's just red everywhere, everywhere. I need to be back in just a moment. Let me put up the signs here this morning for us, and I'm just going to take a quick break. Have to go to the rest area, and we'll be back in just a quick moment. I'll put some music up here, and I'll be right back. All right, all right. So we are back. Sorry about that. And a couple things there. So let's go here. Let's take this off. So we are back here at 8:47, and let's bring in the weather again. Let's see what we've got cooking here this morning. Again, just a lot of clouds out there. This is from our good friend, Mr. John Rocco, our chief meteorologist in training from Rutgers University. So thank John for the forecast. So definitely a cloudy start, as you've been seeing from some of the traffic cameras across the board. Temps are, pretty uniform here this morning. Um, temps into the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees or so. So yeah, definitely looking at upper 60s. So again, just on average of about 70 degrees. Same thing here into the five boroughs. Really not a whole lot of delta between our temperature gradients across the boards. So 68, 66 to 68 to 70 degrees. About 68 degrees here out on the island. 67 there in Port Jeff, about 66 in Shirley. A little cooler up to the Hudson Valley. But again, we're seeing some a little bit more showery activity there, especially as you go like north and west of 84. That's where some of that shower activity is setting up here this morning, but a little warmer, getting closer to Yonkers, about 70 degrees. Southwestern Connecticut, up towards Torrington, about 60, and along the shoreline, about 65 to 66 degrees. Let's see. Alexander says praying for these kinds of temps for the wedding. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. On golden sunshine and about 65 degrees would be just beautiful. Oof. Warms you up in the sun just a little bit. And, all the gentlemen are not sweating through their tuxedos or the ladies also, not getting too warm dresses. But yeah, let's cross our fingers. Send good vibes to John in the Weather Center to give you um good forecast. And I'll have to talk to John about getting you. We'll do a special wedding forecast for you. 25 days, first week of October. So here's the schedule. The forecast for today. A few spotty showers are around, still hanging with us, still kind of gray and cloudy. Temps into the lower 70s or so. I really don't even think we'll even get to 75. Maybe in Cape May, but I think if the clouds kind of break for maybe some peaks of sun there. We'll take a look at the rain storm threats for the rest of the week. We're in good shape for the weekend, as you can see here in the exclusive 7-day weather forecast. 72 today, 80 for tomorrow, 80 on Friday, golden sun on Friday and Saturday, and starting to cloud up a little bit Sunday afternoon at 82. 79 and chance for showers on Monday, and 80 also another chance for showers as well for Tuesday. So there's your 7-day weather forecast. Doesn't look terrible once we clear. I think once we clear today, we should be in pretty good shape. What also is always in good shape is the wonderful and lovely and talented host of Travels with Darley. Unless she works out like 7 days a week or whatever, I mean, she eats some of the most amazing food. All these desserts and croissants and fun stuff. But she's just in fantastic shape when you see her. So she must be doing some sort of workout regimen at the hotel or whatever. But anyway, so Travels with Darley, great travel program. You can watch that on PBS Crate, Amazon Prime, Wondrum, Innovation TV's Journey. Go to our website, darley-newman.com for more information. And, really sets Darley's program apart from, really all the rest that are on the air is the fact that she really gets that local flavor, from a local tour guide or just a local resident, really, showing you what it is to live or be in that destination 24/7. Um, so really is just really sets it apart from everybody else, all the other um travel shows that are out there, and just wonderful stuff. And I wanted to I'm just watching her Instagram feed here for a moment. Let's bring that in because she's in Delaware. um at a Wilmington Brew Works. So she always seems to find a wonderful brewery uh, in all of her travels. The only production brewery in Wilmington, Delaware. Interesting. She is having a nice glass of beer. A lot of creative stuff there. Local microbreweries are really popular around the tri-state. So definitely follow her on her Instagram page, uh, and she'll update you where she is next. Let's see what she's posted here on Twitter. It's probably a continuation of what we're seeing. No, this was back down in Auburn, so she hasn't updated anything here in about the last week or so. But you did see obviously her there on Insta, as the kids say. Right. Let's see what else she had here. And I think she came back to New York for just a brief second. Looking fantastic there. Um, yeah, so she's very busy young woman, traveling all around the world, and putting this wonderful program together against Travels with Darley. PBS Create, Amazon Prime, Wonder Innovation TV's Journey. So head to darley-newman.com for more information on the program. We thank her so much for sponsoring the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right. So with that said, we're going to wrap up here in about 5-6 minutes. I think I owe you about 3 or 4 minutes there. When we took our little break. So let's just run down the incident lists, shall we? Where I am now, Jersey. So AC Expressway, a crash out by 168. Transformer fire 206 north of Flanders. 88 is still shut at New Hampshire Avenue. Let's go to New York. Northern State Parkway, eastbound North Hempstead, East 32. The shoulder is out. Palisades going south up by 10. We knew about that earlier. 495 west at 51. The shoulder is out. And these long-term construction projects. Connecticut, let's see, north on the Woolworth Cross, beyond exit 67, there's a crash. Okay. So now we'll go through our delay for the final time here in New Jersey this morning. So there is that issue. You know what? I think the camera there. It's going to be on 42. The AC Expressway. Let's see what that does for us. You can see the light shower is still involved there. See anything? I don't understand why the AC Expressway doesn't have any cameras on it. That makes no sense. It's a busy road. So it's just east of the 42 interchange. It's just past I think maybe if they turn the camera around, they may be able to see a little bit of something there. 4255, 295, typical hotspots. Wildwood, Cape May, Ocean City, Atlantic City, Parkway, everything is clean and green all the way through Ocean. Monmouth, Turnpike is good in Middlesex County. Mercer County, 29 is busy here into the Trenton Tunnel. Route 1, a lot of stop and go traffic, West Windsor, South Brunswick. Yesterday we had the full closure. I think it was in South Brunswick for most of the day with that down utility pole. Really just got drilled. 287 both ways here between exits 1 out through 5 is busy. Then again, heavier heading north, heading north into 10. 206 Hillsborough is busy into the Somerville traffic circle. Western Jersey, 7831, Route 22. We're all moving very, very nicely. Not really complaining much about that ride. In Hampton Glen Gardner, 31 is a little bit slow. 206 going south here. Going south is heavy. That's usually what the normal progression of traffic is. But north there at Flanders Road, we still have that down utility pole kind of messing it up just a bit. 80 from the Gap, 206, 15, a little slow here out of Lafayette. Again, up here, we may see some, Montague, Sandyston, Haynesville, Wantage, Sussex, 284, 206. Again, you're going to see some wet roads as well. So, just a little light showers hanging around with us. Then you get down into the crux of it all. Turnpike is heavy from 12 all the way straight up the line to 14. There's a lot of traffic. So is the Parkway from 136 all the way up to 145. West 78 is heavy through Vauxhall into Springfield. West on 24 is busy up by the Short Hills Mall. Both ways of 80 getting into 287 is a mess. So is the southbound side of 287 out to Route 24. Parkway heavy both ways through Bloomfield. The spurs are looking good. East on 46 is busy out to Route 3. Both ways of 80 is pretty crowded at Route 19. Same thing on 17 here at Central Avenue and Rochelle Park. South along 208 is busy getting out to Goffle and Maple Avenues. We've got, looks like I'm going to say some construction on 208. Really? That's an interesting prospect. So let's see if that populates in the construction tab. Bergen County. Don't see anything. Nothing there. So I'm going to check in case it populated in the Passaic County area, but I don't think so because 208 is fully in Bergen. So yes, there's definitely something happening here. This is just before you Summit Avenue and Ewing Avenue. So you got to be mindful of that this morning along Route 208. It's very underrated road there as far as volume. All the way to Route 4 is heavy here at Hackensack Avenue, and then 17 going south of the Parkway is fairly crowded as well. North on the Turnpike out by 46 is busy. So is all the approaches to the George Washington Bridge. So let's do that now. We'll go to the Hudson River crossings. Again, you're watching the Tri-State Traffic Show. We're going to be up here for about another 5 minutes. I think you owe you about 5 minutes there. About 40 at the Lincoln, 20 at the Holland, about a half an hour at the George. So let's see here, just their bacchanal traffic, as I keep calling it, is just everywhere through Brooklyn on the Gowanus, the BQE, the Belt, Staten Island Expressway, the LIE, both ways here at Queens Boulevard. And then we got the Midtown Tunnel looking at about, I might say, about 40 minutes there. And then the Bronx, the Deegan, both ways at Willis. FDR Drive is a solid ride here as you get down into the RFK from about 130 all the way down into the lower 20s. West of the Cross Bronx is heavy into the Bronx River Parkway. Throgs Neck is better than the Whitestone. Eastbound LI is a mess out to the Clearview, both ways to the Grand Central, a parking lot from the Van Wyck all the way out to the Clearview. Again, Long Island, just a ton of volume here. I mean, you just don't even know where to start. It's just everywhere. LIE, basically from 51 all the way to 35 or so. Southern, both ways, 17 through 28. The Wantagh is a mess from the southern on up to the northern. Same thing on northbound 135 is busy. Northern State is heavy at Deer Park Avenue through Melville, and again, all the way through Westbury and Syosset, and then making your way through Hicksville. Oh, it is just everywhere. East on Sunrise Highway, Hampton Bay, Southampton, Watermill. That's fairly crowded ride. Let's go to Connecticut now. We're thinning it out through Bridgeport a little bit, but still going to push volume from 22 down through about 6. The Merit is heavy from 40, 39, 40 down through about 35. Starting to thin it out through Trumbull and Fairfield. Same thing on the 8 and 25. East on 287 is busy around the Tappan Zee Bridge. Both ways of the Hutch. Over by North Street is busy. North Avenue. Weaver Street is fairly crowded. So is the Cross County Parkway. And here into and out of Yonkers this morning. Going up to the Palisades, just a mess here from essentially 202 down to exit 11. So you want to get off of that if you can with a crash. That's been out there for some time now. The Thruway is good over to Woodbury, Monroe, 17, 84, Beacon Bridge, 84 is fine. Brewster, this whole section of Carmel, Hamlet, down to Katona on 684 into Purchase. Let's wrap it up here with transit now. We'll wrap it up for a Wednesday. We still have delays of up to 15 minutes into and out of Penn in the city with Amtrak signal issues, some light rail changes in the Brick City there with some departure changes. We go to PATH, see if anything has popped up in the last half hour. PATH has been in good shape all morning long. Let's go to the MTA. Got some delays here on the 7. Squish problems out in Queens by Flushing, Main Street. E and F trains both ways after we correct a mechanical problem in a train leaving Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue. Queens, go to the rails. We have delays in the Hudson line. Experienced up to 25 minutes between Croton, Harmon, and Tarrytown because of a signal problem in that area. Other delays, Pasco Valley, Port Jervis in conjunction with NJ Transit there into the city, but Long Island Railroad is on or close to schedule. All right, friends. So I think we're going to wrap it up here now for a big Wednesday broadcast, the midweeker. We thank everybody for joining us. Oh, hit the slider there a little bit too much. And wow, I'm looking rough here. Oh my gosh. Up. Holy smokes. Gray, right? My boys at the Shave Cave and take care of this. Wow, that escalated quickly, as Ron Burgundy would say, right? Not looking good there. But anyway, we thank everyone for watching the broadcast. Again, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you can, please. Let me see if I can bring that up very quickly. Let's bring that in. 107 subscribers here this morning. We're trying to go for 200 in 200 episodes. We're already at episode 88, so we still have a little bit of time. But, you know, we'd like to try to get as many people as we can, if possible. So please, if you know anybody, have them please subscribe to the Tri-State Traffic Show on YouTube. Hit the like button, thumbs up the video, and if you can, also like and subscribe, or like and follow the Facebook page as well at Tri-State Traffic Show. Helps Johnny and myself out here in the traffic and weather centers. So we thank Alexandra and Anna as always, also Justin for joining us in the comments section. Same thing with Teagan and Elizabeth. We thank all of you for joining us here on the big broadcast. So have a wonderful Wednesday, and you know, just take it easy out there. Again, roadways are a little bit slippery still with some of that precip that's out there in certain areas, so be careful. We're beginning to dry it out, but keep an eye to the sky. You may see, you know, a potential pop-up shower later on today, but I think later on this afternoon into this evening, I think things are slowly going to kind of push out of the way for us, and then it looks like it's setting up for a pretty good stretch of weather for the next 4 days or so. So with that said, also want to thank John in the Weather Center for the forecast. We'll see you tomorrow, Johnny. And again, we're waiting to, can't wait to get you and your colleagues from the Weather Watcher Club on the broadcast. So with that said, have a wonderful Wednesday, drive safely, and we'll see you tomorrow.